Now, I'm going to bring you some breaking news now. We talked about this issue earlier in the week, and that is the convicted rapist New South Wales MP Gareth Ward is now likely to be the first MP expelled from the New South Wales lower house in more than a century. The Court of Appeal lifted an earlier legal order preventing a vote on the South Coast MP's expulsion in Parliament. Senior reporter Kenny Heatley is live at the Supreme Court. Thanks for joining us, Kenny. Bring us up to speed with what's unfolded there and what it means for Gareth Ward now.
Chris, yes, this judgment was just handed down in the Court of Appeal by Chief Justice Andrew Bell just in the last couple of minutes, and now a vote in Parliament can go ahead to expel the Kiama MP on the South Coast, Gareth Ward. It has been an interesting day in court just for the fact that this is a bizarre situation. It never happens. Usually the standard practice for MPs and ministers accused of serious crimes, in this case rape, they resign immediately to uphold the reputation of the Parliament, let alone let it get to the point where you're convicted of serious crimes, you're behind bars still accepting a salary, awaiting sentencing, as in the case for Gareth Ward, who held on so strongly to his job, going so far as to seek an injunction on Monday night to stop Parliament from voting to expel him. Well, the process today in the Court of Appeal was the state government trying to get that injunction lifted, and the government was successful. So what happens now? Well, a vote will happen tomorrow, and there's bipartisan support, so it should go through pretty easily. Gareth Ward will cease being the MP for Kiama. He'll stop getting his salary and benefits from behind bars, where he is in the Hunter at the moment. There'll be a by-election for the South Coast, and that'll be it. Gareth Ward will be sentenced, we think, next month, and then he'll appeal, and he has indicated that he'll appeal, but he'll do that as an ordinary citizen and not as a member of Parliament. But Chris, this has been so interesting because an MP has not been expelled from the lower house in 108 years, since 1917, and this whole question about the separation of powers and how much power does the court have over the Parliament, and in this case, does the court have any power to influence who can be in Parliament? Well, in this case, the Court of Appeal decided that no, it can't, and I think that common sense prevailed in this case. I just want to give you, just before I leave you, Chris, a couple of the reasons why Gareth Ward's attempt to extend the injunction today was rejected. It's because the justices think that he has been afforded procedural fairness, representative democracy would not be offended by the motion being made, and expulsion would have no effect on his sentencing. So just this breaking news, the injunction has been lifted and Gareth Ward likely to be expelled from Parliament tomorrow.
Great stuff, Kenny. Thanks so much. Kenny Heatley there, live from the Supreme Court in the Sydney CBD. I always love it when we double up on the Kennys on this report. That is common sense prevailing there, sanity prevailing. The Parliament will decide on the future of Gareth Ward tomorrow. As Kenny reminded us then, at the moment, he's a convicted rapist and an MP being paid by New South Wales taxpayers in prison. That's likely to change as of tomorrow.